Good morning, everybody. A little bit of a snowy day. You're supposed to get up around anywhere 3 to 6 inches, but felt like going out, getting a little hike in, make a little campfire out in the woods. So hope everybody's doing well. Made some chili last night for dinner, guys. So I brought it from it's only 9:45, so not really, I guess, a brunch. So thinking about the title of the video, I think I'm going to call it, Are You Comfortable? And that doesn't really so much has to do with, where I'm sitting now or, what I'm doing so much as the world itself is changing a lot. I mean, I personally believe we got a good president. And whereas honestly think, yes, we're probably going to have some rough patches until things can get better. There's a whole lot of politics going on and all kinds of stuff. I've been trying to keep up with it, but I'm not going too into depth on it on the channel unless people actually literally request me to do such, because I'd rather just focus on other aspects, because you can get bogged down in politics real easy, then everybody just argues. But and my next point could be arguable too. Don't get too comfortable. Like I said, there could be very good things ahead, for the future of the country. And, I'm looking forward to that. But one thing that still remains and is not going to change is that, our country, we have our enemies. And, bad things can still happen. Natural disasters can still happen. So don't get too comfortable. Keep getting preps ready. There's always another, or obviously there's a risk of, more biological warfare. I said, we've got a lot of other nations out there that wants to see America fail. And they were dancing a pretty happy jig this past 4 years, because, America was pretty much eating itself alive. But we get on the rebound, and that's going to put a crinkle in a lot of plans. So, and I'm pretty sure we still got a lot of dangerous enemies within. So, stay vigilant. Just keep your preps up. Because if you get slacking, and then something really bad happens, there you go. You aren't ready. So you guys, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me eat this little bowl of chili. So I'll get back with you all here in just a little bit. Well, gotta say, this knife is still doing fantastic. This is the F & Grows EF 134 and DC 53 steel, guys. Got a review. May have a 2-part review on this, but turned out to be a pretty good knife. I have been carrying it pretty close to a year. I won't tell you exactly because I didn't think to actually look, but I've beaten the crap out of it. It's held its edge well. And I was concerned because this one had the cutouts in the handle, but the stock is pretty beefy, and so far it's not caused any issues with it. I'd loved it even more if it didn't have cutouts, but you know, for what it is, I gotta say I'm impressed. But yeah, I've processed quite a bit of wood with this knife. And those little pieces there I split up, that was all red oak. We're getting on a little bit, so I figured I'd spend a little more time out here, get some red oak in the fire there, get some good long lasting embers in there, just in case I feel like staying out even longer and throwing a little more wood on there. Got some sorry, I keep from getting burnt, not so dry stuff back here in this back part, and that's just so the heat from this fire can slowly dry that out. You know, worst case scenario, I can just, after it gets decently dry, I can roll that up on top. This is a cheap little shovel. Can't even begin to tell you where I got it at. It's one of them really chintzy cheap ones. Got the little compass in the handle. For tending the fire, scraping those leaves off the ground stuff, it's fine. So it's kind of got a slight bend in it, and I honestly don't know if it came that way or if I did that while scraping the leaves. Don't know. It's got that little option to turn it into a pick. It's kind of like your standard folding shovel kind of deal. But you know, it's pretty light though. It's not nowhere near like a full size collapsible shovel. Oh, and yeah, that unscrews. I'd say you could maybe stuff something in like a small plastic baggie. Might be able to shove it in here, but the pin that goes across through here, I mean, this is still kind of open. You know, is what it is. But the only reason I brought it up here was just for fire tending purposes, which is just decent enough size to do that. Would not rely on this thing for emergencies. I mean, this is not something I'm saying you might want to consider carrying for a bug out bag, go bag. I really don't think it cuts the mustard. I mean, this is practically stamped sheet metal. Not the greatest stuff in the world. But I'm pretty close to where my house is, not even maybe a half mile away. So odds of me needing this and not being able to get to a better shovel is pretty slim to none. Although it is snowing and it's fairly cold, it's quite nice out today. I mean, just it's peaceful. Really enjoy getting out in the woods, and things have been so crazy here the last month, month and a week or so. Yeah, it's been a little hectic. So it's really was looking forward to getting out and just being in nature. red oak's a pretty good choice if you can get it. It makes a lot of heat. And if you can notice the change in the color of the rocks, where I've had a very small fire building up and these rocks are gradually heating up safely, they like all the moisture look to them is starting to go away. But if you're out here for quite a while and you had these, of course you want to keep at it, making sure you had plenty of wood. And being that we got rain, like that that large 55 gallon black plastic trash bag I got there, contractor grade, that would be pretty decent for you to make you a shelter. Nothing else, cut some holes in it, make a poncho out of it. That way, don't get wet, or try to keep us from getting wet as you can. Oh my, that's gotten kind of cold again. Let's see if we can't do something about that. And two, I tried to make sure I put this fire where I didn't have a bunch of exposed tree roots and the like. That way, I got 1.5 extra bottles. We got very wet, semi-frozen earth. So when I'm done here, it's going to get doused with water, mixed in with this dirt, and I want to make basically a mud slurry. And we'll make sure that this thing is safely put out. Odds of anything catching is pretty slim. Several last couple of days. Had a lot of steady rain, very cold temperatures. Everything here is either completely soaked or it's, frozen. But I'm not taking a chance, something you always got to just do. But, yeah, I hope everybody out there has been doing good. Like I said, I know that I kind of got away from everything. Right now, the wife she still works for the Division of Highways, so, she's on night shifts right now. So after a certain time, I got to look after my daughter and stuff because, the wife ain't able to kind of do that because she's got to actually sleep after she gets back from work. She's on night shift, so I will try to get more videos out, but might not be able to get anything super steady until maybe next week if the weather clears up. Yeah, these are actually starting to dry out now to where they're doing pretty good, so I could probably slide them on in. Keep from completely dousing my cup full of embers. A little bit of ash don't bother me though. I don't want chunks of wood in it. Yeah, we'll move this guy in the back up front. Yeah, we'll have to move him for that. And if you don't have a shot, I'm not going to use my hat, bill my hat because we got the mic hooked to it, but you can use the bill of your hat, your gloves, versus trying to get your face like right down in there to force air into that, or if you don't got one of those telescoping bellows or something, And sometimes you don't want to go too crazy with it, just go nice, gentle, and steady. Just keep those coals going pretty hot. That way, if you got any kind of new stuff on the pile there, it'll help eat into it. And of course, most people probably know the rounds are much harder to catch on fire and burn longer when they do than if you split it and you got hard angles. The hard angle stuff always catches on fire quite a bit faster and burns up faster. Oh yeah. So like I was saying, you guys stay vigilant. Don't get too comfortable. I mean, definitely enjoy yourselves whenever you can. And in my personal opinion, if you're pretty well prepared for bad stuff and hard times, it actually makes it a lot easier to, you know, have a good time. But yeah, because like I said, you never know. Like I said, the United States still has a lot of enemies, and they do not want to see us succeed. And like I said, crazy stuff can happen. Like I said, there's a lot of people that got into our country that have nothing but ill intent for our country and its people. So I said, stay vigilant, keep your preps up. Yep, she's still cold. There we go. So hopefully, like I said, I get to have a little bit more of adventures. Like I said, that obviously got stuff I have to take care of in certain circumstances, and I won't be able to necessarily get out as much as I wanted to here and there, but it's a work in progress. Definitely like to get into building some shelters and stuff like that. Make something more like even a small kind of log cabin kind of thing. Make like a nice big proper base camp, but we'll see. Definitely need another tripod. I mean, an actual proper tripod. This cell phone tripod stand telescoping thing I got's nice to have, but if the ground is not perfectly level, there's issues. Ooh, she's saucy. Did you hear that? Whew. Oh shoot! Sorry for the smoke, guys. Some of that stuff just kind of caught all at once. It's finally got hot enough to it's caught on. Oh, my poor silky saw. I will have to make sure I get that dried off because these will rust. Yeah, there's a lot of debate about saws and stuff, and there's some good ones. Like the Laplander one is a fantastic one, and even some of the cheaper ones I've got actually perform quite well. Wasn't ready having the mouth open on that one. So I mean, they're definitely great to have, but right now, if I might have to move, guys. That's rough. Yep, wind is blowing that directly at me. It fits right in my pocket, which I just shoved it in my pocket right there. Fits right in the pocket, and I got the medium teeth on that one, by the way, the one I got, and I did that specifically because the larger aggressive teeth are real good for your softer woods, and the fine teeth are pretty good for hardwoods. So I went the medium. That way, I kind of got it'll work pretty good for all types because out here where I'm at, we've got some of the hardest wood you can get anywhere, plus some of the softest wood you can get anywhere. So I figure having the ability to do the combination, and it's worked very well that way. So if you're out in like an eastern woodlands type area, I'd recommend the medium, because you order sometimes. Well, anyway, when I ordered that silky, I had the option of the teeth pattern I wanted or in a count per centimeter, and I went with a medium. I can't remember how many teeth per centimeter I went. I had originally done some research to figure out which would be best for my location. That's like everything else. Just got to do research. Try to get the best that you can. But now outside that, like the Corona razor tooth, that saw works fantastic, and it's fairly affordable. So yeah, it's nice. Like I said, it's I got just slid it right in my pocket. It's in there. So if I needed to process down some wood for building a shelter, making a fire, I got it. And I got, of course, obviously got the belt knife. Got multiple ways on my person to make fires. I mean, it's like, Zippo lighter, just brand new, filled up before I left the house. I got spare flints underneath that thick pad. After you fill it up, put that pad back over. Got a couple spare flints shoved in there, so keep them safe. So always got the ability to make fire on you, and a thick lighter. Plus, you guys seen the fire starters if you watch through the video. It's just really nice to be able to come out and do this sort of stuff, and pretty simple skills to master. Just keep at it, especially if your environment's a little different. Do some research, then practice, see what works best for your area and to your liking. Well, guys, I think I'm going to probably start packing her in pretty soon. Been out here for quite a while, and like I said, I'll have to watch my daughter when she gets home from daycare. But this has been quite enjoyable, and hope you guys enjoyed coming out here and sharing the little adventure with me. Leave some comments, guys. I like I said, I'm pretty consistent at keeping up with replying to my comments. If you're new, please subscribe. I'd like to try to continue banging this thing out and grow the channel. I did finally do all the process of getting monetized and stuff, and I'm considering doing the membership thing. But I want to be able to set myself up to be in position to offer people something for being a member, because that's literally basically paying for a subscription. So I've been toying around with the idea of making some items in the forge and stuff, and it's like, anybody who's a member, and you get a chance to actually win it. And maybe I'll even have, based on, I'm not sure how it's actually done. I don't know if it's like close to Patreon, where you got tiers of membership. So you're going to be like, based on your membership, you'll have a tier level. But I don't know about that yet. I haven't set any of that up, and I like to research stuff before I do it. So I'll have to kind of jump in, do some research, make sure I know what I'm doing, because I don't like making a fool of myself. As easy as that is to do on accident, don't need to try to do it on purpose. But y'all, video is probably going to be pretty long, so hopefully everybody's got to this point where I'm asking about this, and so I may bring it up again in other videos, probably closer to the very beginning in the future. That way everybody gets a chance to have an opinion about it, because I don't want to insult my viewers. You know what I mean? Especially, there's been a few that has been what I'd consider loyal viewers, and every time I put a video out, that the same few people, the comment, leave a like. Sometimes, most of them always do. I think they always do, to be honest with you. But like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful. Basically, it's like, hey, what's this guy trying to pull? But absolutely being honest with you and stuff, it would be nice to do something like this for a living, because I'm a very outdoorsy person. I mean, I know it's not for everybody, but like, to me, like, if you had asked me if I'd ever be sitting right here in below freezing temperatures, being snowed and sleeted on, right beside a dying fire that's pumping my face full of smoke versus sitting in an office somewhere working on a computer doing paperwork and filing stuff. I would do this hands down 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. I mean, this is it for me. Like you said, we all got dreams and stuff. I mean, not necessarily ever going to be the reality, but if in order to make anything work, you have to work at it. So that's kind of my goals, and I'm going to try to obviously play with my strong suits to help achieve that. So I will try to bring more things in to make the channel, worth more to the people watching. Like I said, a chance to actually win a hand forged item, and plus, it'll be a video when I make it. So obviously, I'm going to video the process of making that item. That for one, I enjoy doing it, and two, a lot of people enjoy watching it, and it's like, I didn't just buy this off Alibaba Express or Temu or some crap and then say, hey, I made this, because there's a lot of cheap, fraudulent stuff out there. But okay, guys, try to keep from jibber jabber and rambling on too much. I'm going to tend this fire here, make sure it's good now, and I'm going to knock the sleet and snow off my pork hoodie jacket, and I'm going to head to the house. So I thank you guys for watching. Appreciate every single one of you guys, and all you who stay through these longer videos. I really appreciate it, because the retention things, it's fairly important for the algorithm and whatnot, or in other words, the audience. So I appreciate you. I really do. Because whenever everybody's, more people watch, more people stick out film, you help me out. So I thank you all very kindly, and I'll see y'all in another video.